That's out of here!
Catch and fire. It's on the... He made it! Oh my...
It's a beautiful Wednesday evening in Huntington, Indiana, and it's another edition of FDN Sports. We've got some Crossroads League basketball. The St. Francis Cougars traveling right down the road to take on the Huntington Foresters. It is Preston Husband, Brady Gallo, the rest of our amazing FDN Sports crew. And Brady, we are running out of basketball season. Just 2 regular season games to go, and tonight's a big one for both these teams.
Oh yeah, one of the best teams in the country coming to Huntington tonight. Number 7 ranked St. Francis Cougars, 23 wins to just 3 losses. They're second in the Crossroads League, and this is a team really top to bottom that can get it done. They have tremendous scorers. They have a head coach who's coming off a Conference Coach of the Year nod. So this is a great squad. They're ranked number 7 for a reason, Preston.
Coach Jeremy Henney coming off Crossroads League Coach of the Year like you talked about. He also had easily the Freshman of the Year last year, and that was Callie Gregory, who has just kept it going in her sophomore campaign.
Oh yeah, no doubt. She has had a fantastic season, and last game, she put up a double-double with 23 points and 10 rebounds. And you see right there, talking about sneaky size, she's not even 6 foot, but she is so great on the board. She's 4th in the conference in points per game at 16.4, and she's coming off a week where she won Crossroads Offensive Player of the Week.
She's been dynamite, well on her way to being a Hall of Fame player for the Cougars up in Fort Wayne. On the other side, it's a sophomore for the Foresters as well, and it's someone that just continues to get better and better each time out. That's Addie Shank, who is a Fort Wayne girl herself, a Bishop Luers graduate.
Yeah, I feel like we talk about her all the time. Just her impact is felt every time she steps out there on the floor, worked her way into the starting lineup. You wouldn't believe it. She started the year coming off the bench, and now she is such a pivotal player for this team. She keeps adding to her game. She's such a physical player. She's able to get those O boards and work down there on the block. Not the tallest player out there, but uses fantastic footwork to work and get those rebounds. Right now, she's 3rd in the conference in rebounds per game at 8.5. She's a great player.
She's really improved her outside shooting. She rebounds it well. She gets down, and those quick posts are so key to Huntington's success. Let's go ahead and take a look at the conference standings as we wind down with 2 regular season games to go. And this is a very important one for St. Francis, of course. They want to stay in that second spot. First is still up in the air with Marion and St. Francis tightly right next to each other. But for Huntington, they've slid a little bit, and now they're just barely holding on to that 4th spot, and they have to probably win one of the next 2 against St. Francis or Marion, 2 of the best teams in the country.
Yeah, no doubt. This team definitely is going to take some pride in trying to go for that 3 seed. It's still possible if Spring Arbor loses out and Huntington's able to win out. They should be locked into that 3 seed, but right now looks like locked into the 4. If Bethel, who's 1 game behind them, loses today, they should be locked in. But yeah, slid down just a bit as late, but still a great team, and they're going to be dangerous come the conference tournament.
Huntington looking to keep their really good run at home going here tonight. They're 11-2 overall. We're about a minute away from the national anthem, and we are going to send it to our first break of the night. The stage is set. It's St. Francis and Huntington coming up next on FDN Sports.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Hi, my name's Bob Cayley. I'm a real estate broker with RE/MAX Results in Indiana. I love helping people buy and sell real estate. And I have a buyer's guide and a seller's guide to help people with the process. I'm also a longtime supporter of Huntington University baseball. I love supporting them and rooting them on to victory. If you have any questions about buying or selling, you can contact me at 260-519-1724.
Hey, my name is Mark Flickinger. I'm with Jostens. I've been with this company for 25 years. Jostens has been around for 125 years. We champion culture. We create experiences that champion belonging, achievement, and pride. In the 1920s, Otto Josten, a jewelry repairman, tried something new. He started making rings to commemorate local students' most important achievement, high school graduation, and a cultural icon was born. Be sure to visit jostens.com for all your student recognition needs.
I've been interested in animation since I was really young. Animated movies have always been my favorite.
Heard about it from my dad. He had saw that they're having an animation camp. I told him that I want to go.
So my photography made me interested in working with cameras, and that's what I want to do.
It was a camp that had so much to offer, like everything I was interested in, it was being taught here and stuff.
The knowledge of animation, how it works, and getting better at it so I can pursue my future career.
And I've always just kind of been interested in this for so long, it was like I couldn't really pass it up. And I have learned those things, like professional things, things that I would not be able to do at home.
Some of my favorite experiences were just getting out and talking to people with similar interests, people who are passionate with the same thing that you're passionate with.
Hi, my name's Bob Cayley. I'm a real estate broker with RE/MAX Results in Indiana. I love helping people buy and sell real estate. And I have a buyer's guide and a seller's guide to help people with the process. I'm also a longtime supporter of Huntington University baseball. I love supporting them and rooting them on to victory. If you have any questions about buying or selling, you can contact me at 260-519-1724.
Lights are back on here in Platt Arena, and we are set for basketball here in just a few moments. First, Brady, we've got to run through the starting lineup. First, for the home Huntington Foresters, it's the same starting five we've seen for now more than 10 straight games. It's Kendra Sheets along Annika Nelson, Tegan Akers, Addie Shank, Liv Raby, and of course, Darby Maggard in year number 4, trying to get another really quality win for her resume. Each big win right now, Brady, means a lot, and Huntington could use one tonight. On the other side, very familiar last name in the Crossroads League. It's Isabella Gizzi. Her brother Max was at Marion for 4 years. He was here for 1 year as Defensive Player of the Year in the Crossroads League. Now in Minnesota, hanging out and on the D1 bench, doing a great job there, leading his teammates. And then Julius Gizzi, the younger brother of Isabella, is a phenomenal freshman over at IWU. We already introduced you to Callie Gregory, probably in the running for Player of the Year in the conference. She's joined with Taylor Fordyce, Julia Mantala, and Rena Schwederman, a transfer from Purdue Fort Wayne. And of course, a familiar face on the bench as well. The head coach, Jeremy Henney, was an associate head coach here at Huntington on the men's side for a couple of years. So a lot of familiar faces, and that's what you get in the Crossroads League, Brady.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a fantastic matchup. As you mentioned, could potentially be a huge win on Darby Magger's resume and this team's resume. Of course, here at home, they beat number 4 Marion. Let's see if they can get it done against another top 10 team.
St. Francis is ranked 3rd in the country in defensive efficiency, but they're also very efficient offensively. One of the best teams and one of the favorites to make a deep run here coming up in March. Gregory right away inside to Schwederman, who goes to her left, high off glass, and nice soft touch there to get her going.
Schwederman right away getting to work. Great footwork down on the block. First points of the game.
She is a transfer from Purdue Fort Wayne, and it's interesting because at the D1 level, she was playing quite a bit as a freshman and a sophomore. She was on the all-freshman team, but went right down the road to Fort Wayne at St. Francis, and she's been a star for them. Skip pass, Shank, our player to watch for the Foresters, doubled, has to kick it out. Akers, 1 on the shot clock, gets it up in time. It's too strong, and it's pulled down by Schwederman.
Akers, there's fantastic looks that she's passing up from 3, but she's a capable shooter from out there. I would like to see a little bit more or a little less hesitation and maybe take some of those deep shots.
Gregory launches and is off the mark as Liv Raby pulls down her first rebound of the night. Huntington will try to push the pace.
Raby out there, top of the key. She's been running a lot of this offense. Darby Magger likes her handling the rock.
Another big guard forward here in Addie Shank. Has to kick it out Akers. This is just what St. Francis does. Nothing comes easy against this defense.
Yes, one of the best defenses, not only in the Crossroads, but in the country as they poke one away from Raby.
I think it was last touch by her down inside, too. That was kind of what they do. They don't turn you over a lot. At least the first time around, they did not turn over Huntington a lot. Only 7 times, but Huntington shot 2 of 26 from downtown. They're going to pack it in and make you beat them from outside.
Right now, it just looks like they're doing a great job on their defensive rotations as Gregory going to get to the rack. But yeah, on the defensively for the Cougars, they're just great at knowing when to double, and they have great hands poking the ball away in that last possession.
Akers in and out. It's Gizzi, who just had the last bucket, now pushes the pace ahead. Bella and Schwederman working. Schwederman has 2, and now she has 4, and it's an early 6-0 run for St. Francis right out of the gate.
Schwederman stands at 6 foot, but she's playing bigger than that right now. One of the best defenders in the conference, Liv Raby. She's already got 4 points on her.
Annika Nelson will try her luck from downtown and rattles it home.
Talk about a 3-level scorer. Annika Nelson can get it done inside, mid-range, and from beyond the arc. Gets her first 3 ball to go.
Schwederman has been busy here on the offensive end. She did not play well the first time around when these two teams met. She was just 1 of 12 from the field. So she's already got more field goals tonight, but she's capable, and she doesn't want to step out and shoot it a lot. She, right at 46%, wants to play inside. It's a great big matchup with all of these tremendous bigs out here. And as I say that, Brady, she launches a 3, and Shank pulls down the miss.
Yeah, not often a 3-point shooter, Schwederman, but when you're that wide open, might as well.
They're trying to get it into Liv Raby. Now they do. Here comes the double. Raby gets it away to Shank. Addie, strong to the rim, is fouled, and that personal is going to go on Mantala, and Addie will head to the free throw line.
There's some of that physical play right there. Some other players, maybe you fade away, shoot a bad lip, but right there she works her way through the contact, and she's going to have a chance at 2.
So Shank talked about her run as a great player at Bishop Luers up in Fort Wayne. She's short on the first. Won a state title up in Fort Wayne as a Luers player, as a senior. She has been so improved, coming off about 14 minutes per game last year. Every single statistical category has just skyrocketed in her sophomore year.
And it even felt like last year when she got her limited opportunities, she just made her impact felt any way she can. as that's going to be an offensive foul. I believe a moving screen going to be called on number 15, Mansella. Number 14, excuse me, Fordyce going to get whistled for that one.
Another Fort Wayne player, played at Carroll for the Chargers. Was a great player up there, first team All-SAC, a top 60 player in the state as a senior. A lot of local talent for Coach Henney, and he's always been a tremendous recruiter, even when he was at the men's level for a long time for St. Francis as well.
There's Mansella right there. She got whistled for the reach in. But again, still the good defensive play right there. They're running that little zone defense down low. They don't want to let Liv Raby beat them. That at least looks like what the game plan is thus far.
Gregory tips it away. Akers able to recollect in the backcourt, start the offense over with less than 15 on the shot clock now. Back cut. Nelson finds an open Sheets, who takes a three. It's off the mark, and it falls down. Fought for. Fordyce pulls it out of there. Fordyce able to somehow flip it over to Schwederman. Taylor gets it right back. Corner three is perfect.
She got that one-handed release I noticed on that corner three, Preston. But nothing but net, not going to argue with it.
It's been working. 45.3% from downtown. Akers now with the response. It's off the mark. That three-point shooting off to a slow start again for the Foresters. Stout, Gizzy now tries a three. That one's off the mark. And back and forth we go. A little different pace than we saw out of these two teams the first time around. Nelson, Shank. Addie's got the smaller Stout on her, nearly had it stolen away. Another late shot clock situation for HU. Good cut and find and score by Akers with the left hand.
That's just a good play right there. Props to Darby Maggard drawing that up. Akers comes off the screen and diagnosed by Liv Raby. Finds her open man.
3-point lead for St. Francis. They do still have a chance for that championship. And right now, IWU is beating Marion. In Marion, at IWU, I should say. And so if that flips, it would be a tie technically for first, and then the tiebreaker would go to, at this point, St. Francis because of their success against Spring Arbor.
So a lot of the line for them tonight.
Pass inside, a hold is called, and that is going to take us to our first break of the night. That is already 4 fouls. Make it 3 on St. Francis. We'll take immediate timeout. Less than 5 to go in the first. Huntington down 3 on FDN Sports.
Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Back in Platte Arena, the first 5 minutes are gone. Brady, it's 9-6. It's a tightly contested game. The last time these two teams met in Platte Arena, Gabi Melby hit a buzzer beater right down in front of Huntington's bench. And Huntington has played good teams tough all year, but if they want a chance to stay in the 4 spot and an outside chance to host the national tournament, they've got to beat 2 really good teams in a row, and then everyone's going to the Crossroads League have some success in the conference tournament as well.
Yeah, once you get into these late season conference games, just the implications become so much bigger. We already talked about the potential conference tournament seedings, but yeah, this is just a great game for this Forester squad to build their resume, end the year out on the bang, and potentially get a higher seed.
Sheets looking for an option, had it stolen away on the inbounds pass there from Fordyce. It's already been tricky on Huntington a couple of times in this game, just getting the ball in to start their offense from their own, under their own basket.
Yeah, the Cougars are just everywhere defensively, and they're moving around fast on offense as well, as they're going to get a quick catch and shoot 3.
Gregory, again, just so efficient and finds a way to knock down those open shots more times than not. That is not the player that Huntington can lose. Jank back to work on the dribble. The next foul against the Cougs would put Huntington in the bonus, and maybe that's how HU can make a little money here in this first quarter. Less than 10 on the shot clock.
Oh, man.
Raby tipped away, now to Nelson. She takes a tough mid-range shot, airballed it, and it's go back to the Cougars.
And it's easy to say, but that's just not the look right there. Props to the defense. We've been saying it all night. Third best defense in the country this Cougar squad has, and they're definitely living up to it here this afternoon.
See Kendall Yoakum and Peyton Hartsoe, the first two Foresters off the bench tonight, trying to provide a little bit of a spark. St. Francis currently doubling up Huntington here on FDN Sports. Just underway though, a little less than 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Fordyce and now Gizzy. Isabella likes going to that strong left hand, has to go out. Callie Gregory just saw her make a three, now she skips it out. Isabella with that left hand is off the mark on her second three of the night.
Gizzy struggling early here. She's coming off a game with 0 points, obviously the first of the season where she hasn't put up any points, but right now just struggling to take the lid off.
Yoakum drives, floats it up, and can't get it to go, and then she's called for a personal inside as Stout goes down. And that's a good look there by Kendall, though. She doesn't oftentimes put it on the floor, more of a catch-and-shoot type player. Even though it didn't go in, that's a positive sign for HU if they want to have success going forward.
Yeah, that's definitely something you want to see from her. She's mainly a three-point specialist, I would say. She doesn't shoot a lot of two-point attempts in general, but right there, got by her man, got to the rack. Like to see her convert on those, but like you said, good opportunity.
Stout and Shu and Fordyce cuts, puts it up and in as she got Raby in the air. And Fordyce, just a sneaky good player. Not a star by any means, but she can be. She's had as much as 28 in the game against Grace earlier this year.
Yeah, we already kind of talked about it. She can light it up from three, and something about her is that she rarely leaves the floor. Over the past 2 games, she has sat the bench for a combined 6 minutes, so she's always out there working.
Lob inside, it's knocked away, and it's another Forrester turnover as Gregory will lead the charge across the timeline. Gregory working, spins, floats it off glass and in.
That's just clinical right there. Had Yoakum, got on her hips, spin move. I didn't even think she needed to do it, but she did it anyway. It's off the glass. That's a Crossroads Player of the Year hopeful right there.
Hartsoe, top of the key. Raby just can't get any separation. Now she catches, the double comes, and a 3-second is called, and it's back-to-back turnovers now for HU. And this is where, Brady, it is the first quarter, but you're getting into a little bit of a danger zone against this Cougar squad.
Yeah, once you get down by double digits, especially in the first quarter, you got to start searching for answers. You got to start searching for answers quickly. Right now, every time Liv Raby seems to touch the ball, 2 players are right on top of her. I think for her, either you clear out or as soon as the ball hits your hand, you got to be looking for that open man.
St. Francis working through Schwederman again. Fordyce, another 3, and she is perfect so far tonight.
She can definitely light it up. She leads the conference in three-point percentage. Doesn't shoot a ton of threes, but when she does, she is highly efficient. She's off to a fantastic start.
She had 8 made threes as a freshman, 7 made threes as a sophomore, 36 made threes this year, and it's another Forrester turnover as St. Francis pushes it ahead. It's taken away. Raby kept it in bounds.
It's great recovery right there. See if the Foresters can get out in transition.
Shepard, Yoakum, great extra pass, but still nothing following for the Foresters as they trail by 13.
Everything on but the shot right there. Great transition offense. Yoakum, that's a look that you want to draw up. Just didn't get the result.
Fordyce, who's had the hot hand, back to Renna Schwederman. Schwederman again, back to the basket. Tries working through, and she took 1 too many steps. Huntington will get it back, and it feels like this is a big 56.3 seconds for HU. They have to find a way to cut into this lead right now, Brady.
Yeah, haven't scored in a while as Lauren Merritt's going to check in. She's been getting some more opportunities as of late. She's going to match up against, looks like number 22, Skio, Addison Skio.
Hartsoe. And Yoakum, Peyton. Trying to drive in, another steal. That's 4 straight turnovers for HU, and Fordyce is going to keep her hot start going. It's now a 15-point lead as St. Francis is just out and running.
Just nothing doing. The Cougars are all over the passing lanes, in the paint, really everywhere on defense.
Sheets, Hartso, back to Kendra. Shepard had a little bit of space, but she's on the end line, and Huntington just shooting themselves in the foot one too many times here in this first quarter.
You're just hoping that 18.6 seconds goes quick so you can get back in that huddle, take a deep breath, reset right here. Try to get a stop on defense, but once you get in that huddle, try to reset, flush this quarter, try to get yourself back in this game.
7 turnovers for HU. In the last game when they played 40 full minutes against St. Francis, they had 7 in that game. So far, a different story. Schwederman gonna try to go off the dribble here at the buzzer, goes strong to her left. Merritt has it. Hartso is gonna push it ahead. The shot is not off in time, and it will be a big hole for the Foresters to dig out of. First 10 minutes gone. When we come back, Huntington trying to cut into a 15-point St. Francis lead on FDN Sports. Into the action here on FDN Sports. Cougars come in having another great year, Brady. They were a host team last year in the NAIA National Tournament. They are well on their way to doing that again, and what makes them so dangerous, we talked about it time and time again in the pregame, their defense is just suffocating. Even if they're not turning you over, which they have tonight, there's no easy looks.
Yeah, they're playing complementary basketball. Their defense is turning into offense, whether that's out in transition or just getting this Foresters team tired. They really just haven't had a chance to rest, catch their breath. Here's been their opportunity with that whistle and the new quarter, see if they come out with some new energy. But right now, it's been all St. Francis.
Huntington will start with the basketball, trying to cut into this big Cougars lead. This is our first of 2 games on FDN Sports tonight. Men's team trying to stick around in that top 4. Huntington trying to stay there right now. Shank uses good footwork, floats it up and gets it to roll. She is so crafty inside. When she looks to be stuck, she finds openings.
Yeah, crafty is definitely the right word to describe her. Not the biggest we talked about in the pregame, but is so good with her feet and creates looks just like that one.
Schwederman is fouled and will have a chance for 2 free throws. Isabella Gizzi feeding that one off there. You know, we talked about the connection with Gizzi across the Crossroads League, but I see her parents, Mike and Sarah, sitting across the way. Got to know them while Max was here a little bit. They were both amazing players at LaSalle, Division I. And her dad, Mike, played in Italy and some other countries professionally. Sarah was actually Isabella's head coach at New Palestine.
Oh, wow.
And Izzy broke her mom's school record in points as a senior. So it's just a really good athletic family, and always nice to see the Gizzis back in town.
Oh, yeah.
Swing pass, Shepard has some space. She'll let it fly. High archer doesn't go. Gregory another rebound.
Not much you can do right there. I feel like HU has been getting some good looks on offense. Shepard, a good shooter from out there, just haven't been putting the ball in the bottom of the net. Hopefully some of that execution comes, but good process right now for HU.
Shu and Schwederman. Renna kicks it. Fordyce made a couple of threes, got her defender in the air, looking for that entry pass. It's back to Isabella Gizzi and now Callie Gregory. Callie off the dribble this time, in the mid-range, lofts one up. That's a shot clock violation. They will whistle it dead now.
Gregory She's got 5 points, but has sort of been held under wraps. One of the best scorers in the conference. Only 5 points. I consider that a win for HU coming out of the quarter.
Problem is, Brady, the other players are still so good too,
Yeah.
and Huntington finds himself in a hole. The first time around, Huntington did well, held Gregory under 10 points, still got beat by 22. Shank is trying to stay aggressive. It's tipped away and rebounded by Schwieterman. Huntington tries to cut into this lead. 8 minutes left till the halftime break.
St. Francis slowing it down here. I talked about just how much they've been getting out in transition as that one's poked away. Now HU has a chance.
Sheets was looking for Shepard again. Shank will take her first 3 of the night. Strong, Merritt fighting for it. It's tipped away, and it's last off the Cougars, and Huntington will keep possession.
So I guess a little basketball pet peeve of mine right there is Lauren Merritt, 6'4". You gotta put a body on someone instead of just trying to reach over right there, try to get that box out and maybe get better positioning.
Did, in a way, I guess, produce another possession with that height, but again, it's taken away as Samaya Stout will drive and score, and she had a great game against Huntington last time around. 7 points. She only averages right around 3 per game, but the sophomore guard from Elkhart uses that speed to just separate when she's driving.
Yeah, she's already made a couple impact plays that haven't exactly showed up on the offensive side, but defensively, she's inside the passing lanes, and as we saw in that last possession, getting a bucket out in transition.
Shepard called for the travel there as she tried going baseline against Fordyce. We're stuck where we started the second quarter. It's a 15-point lead for St. Francis. Fordyce leading the way with 10. She's actually outscoring the Foresters right now, 10-8. Schwieterman against Raby. She had the hot start offensively. That time, Liv fouls her on the shooting arm, and she'll head back to the free throw line where she is 0 for 2 so far on the night.
Been very impressed with Renna Schwieterman, number 21. She's really been taking initiative offensively. Every time she gets the ball down low, seems like she just has a nose for the basket right now.
Schwieterman, though, struggling from the free throw line tonight. She came in at 47.8%, so if you're going to knock her for anything, that's really it. She's been phenomenal this year. Talked about her averaging 6.1 points per game as a freshman at the Division I level. Right around 5.5 as a sophomore. Now she comes to St. Francis, a little more of a centerpiece. Free throws, just the only thing she's had a little bit of issue with this season. Shepard being guarded by Gizzy. And now it's Shank again driving in, and a reach-in is called. And it's going to be Fordyce who picks up her second personal.
So that's something to look out for right there. Fordyce obviously having a fantastic start to her night, but 2 fouls already, so nothing to worry about too much. She's going to check out of the game right now. Emma Rouse going to check in for her. So maybe an opportunity for the Foresters. St. Francis leading scorer out of the game.
Huntington gets a short jumper from Shank, and it's perfect there from Addie on the left wing. Huntington cuts it to 14.
Shank has sort of turned into that go-to reliable scorer alongside Liv Raby down low. When you need a bucket, number 33 is right there.
Stout, Shepard, and now Gizzy has it. Shepard has her second steal. But right back, Samaya Stout chases her down and picks it right back.
Turns it over, but I think she might have gotten away with a carry right there. Dribbled just a bit too high, turnover regardless.
Schwieterman operating with space against Raby. It's a good move and score there. Raby tried selling that one. The refs smartly did not blow their whistle. Not a whole lot of contact there.
Yeah, clean contact right there. Good idea by Raby, but Schwieterman continues her great start.
Raby goes strong to the rim off the dribble, and finally it feels like Raby is thinking about getting a little more aggressive offensively. Her team has to have her score in a game like this.
Yeah, so hopefully that can open up, not necessarily the floodgates, but just this offense in general, get this Foresters team going here as a turnover. Could very well do that.
Huntington getting some stops now. Got to start putting the ball in the hoop. Raby just had the last two, is doubled and ripped away again as Emma Royce from Homestead has the steal. Royce, coast to coast, had it knocked away, keeps it in. Gizzy catches, Gregory another three, and again, almost automatic as Coach Henney wants a timeout. And that will actually send us to our under 5 media timeout. It's 29-12, the Cougars out to a fast start. Callie Gregory having a big night at Platte Arena.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
(29-12) advantage for the Cougars here against the Foresters on FDN Sports. These team meeting for the second time and what could be the last time this year unless they meet in the Crossroads League tournament. Still a lot of things up in the air. We'll update you on scores across the league here in just a bit. But while we have a chance, we want to tell you you can tune in and comment on the YouTube page. We'd love to say hello. If you're a Forester fan, a Cougars fan, tell us where you're watching from tonight. As Shepard is way off the mark. That one falls out of play, and it's heading back to the Cougars.
Yeah, as you just mentioned, Preston, we'd love to hear from you guys. That's one of my favorite parts of being on the broadcast is hearing where people are watching from, so we'd appreciate a comment.
Gregory quickly inside Schwederman. Her and Gregory have done most of the work offensively. Schwederman tries to add some more to her total, but is short on the left-hand hook.
Well, Sheets looking to slow things down here. She's been quiet scoring it. She finds Shank, and there's travel.
Yep, Huntington continues to have the turnovers pile up on him. That is now 12 on the night already, and that is a tough way to beat a top 10 team in the country because you're giving up so many shots, Brady, but also the live ball turnovers you created have ended up being some points in transition for the Cougars as well.
Yeah, and this, I would say uncharacteristic for this HU squad. Not a team that turns the ball over too much on offense, but tonight just really been playing, I would say, I guess a little reckless against a good defense, so got to give them some credit too.
Stout right back to Schwederman, a quick entry, a block by Raby. I'm not sure if Shank didn't know that that went off Liv, but it goes out of play, and the Cougars will have 8 to work with on the shot clock.
So let's see if Coach Henny has a quick inbound play drawn up. We've seen them score pretty fast on some inbounds earlier in this game.
Stout likes to put it on the floor and drive. She does. Shank stays straight up and gets another stop for HU. Akers was wide open, decided not to take the shot. Kendra Sheets off to Addie Shank. Double comes again, and a foul is called, and I think they're going to get Emma Royst, who is questioning the call. Looks pretty clean from here. I thought we were going to get a jump ball, but instead, Foresters will keep possession.
Yeah, I feel like that's been called, or hasn't been called all night, so going to be a foul right there. But yeah, just great defense by Spring Arbor, knowing exactly when to double.
Good entry here to Ravy as she's bumped inside. That's fresh player in the game from Mooresville, Indiana. It's Rachel Harshman, 5'10" sophomore. Called for the body on Liv Raby. That is going to be the third on St. Francis here in the second quarter. Sheets into Raby again. She's up and under and fouled. Man. And I think they're again going to get Harshman, who's been in the game for about 30 seconds. She's got 2 personal fouls.
That was 3 whistles and probably about 3 seconds of game time.
Raby, her first free throw is good as she rattles it in. Nice look from our crew back in the studio. Get you all the looks here on FDN Sports, even from the top of the backboard. It's off the mark. Jonathan Peters reminding me we also have the net mic. I can't hear that through mine very well, Brady, because I think they turn it off for us, but we hope wherever you're watching you can hear that ball go through the hoop or off the rim. Gizzy off the mark. Shank, another rebound.
So St. Francis, they haven't been exactly lighting it up offensively. HU has an opportunity to get back in this game, but they just really have not been shooting it very well.
Shank and Raby, those two bigs playing together. Now just 13 on the shot clock. Not a whole lot going in this possession for HU, and Stout has another steal. Gizzy pumps the brakes, hands off Harshman. She goes through, and a reach-in's gonna be called. And no, they'll actually call a block on Akers, as she will pick up her first and the team's third here in the second quarter.
So for a team receiving votes, Huntington, I don't think they would have expected to have 13 points at this phase of the game right now. But like I said, a good process for them, some good looks offensively, as that one's going to go off the back iron and in. But HU still has an opportunity to get back in this game. Just hope shots can start falling.
Harshman with 2 points. She's only averaging 2.4 points per game. So that's a big boost off the bench right there for St. Francis. Shank trying to use that strength and size. Gizzy has another takeaway. Izzy goes coast to coast, can't get it to go in transition. It falls to a wide open Callie Gregory, and she took one too many steps.
Another turnover. Annika Nelson going to check in, and Peyton Hartzau, who's been getting more opportunities as of late, mainly used as a defensive hustle player, but can get it done on offense as well.
Huntington still down by 18, trying to cut into this large St. Francis lead before the halftime break. Bethel is already winning their game, so with a win from Bethel and a loss from Huntington, Huntington would lose the 4 spot tonight. Sheets scoreless so far, skips it to Peyton Hartsoe. Raby. St. Francis defense just locking down the painted area. Sheets will skip it. Nelson looking for her second three. It's off the mark, gets her own miss, goes into the lane with the hop step and can't get it to drop.
Just an unfortunate possession right there. You catch a break deep in the shot clock, get your own miss the second attempt. As that one goes out of bounds, just really nothing doing for this HU offense.
31-13, you can hear Coach Henney right next to us. Gregory last time around had an opportunity to shoot a wide open three, instead tried putting it on the floor. He said, shoot it. And even on that dribble, sidestep, step back, he's clapping, saying great shot. He wants his star player shooting the ball. Stout with the Euro. Pretty move by the sophomore. She's up to 4 on the night.
About time she gets another bucket, because she has been so great on defense. This feels like every time HU tries to make a pass her way, she's either getting a hand on it or she's disrupting it. Only 4 points, but having a great game defensively.
90 seconds left here in the first half. Hartsoe uses a screen. Nelson into Raby. Finally an easy look, and it's a hoop and the harm, and a chance for 3 for Liv Raby at the line.
Yeah, you said it. Maybe the best look and the easiest look this team's gotten all night, and there was a foul involved in it, so that just goes to show you how well the St. Francis team has been playing defense. Liv Raby at the line, she had a 1-for-2 visit last time, but for a bigger player sitting at the center position, she leads the team in free throw percentage at 79%. I would say very impressive, and something that's always been a part of her game.
Royce checks out. First time we have seen the freshman Ashley Cox from Auburn, Indiana, DeKalb graduate, play. Played at about 8 minutes per game in the Crossroads League play. She'll get some action. Always good to get your freshmen in games like this, Brady, where you feel like you're in control, to just get them this experience and a potential championship run. And Cox is not shy as she misses that long jumper. Falls into the hands of Liv Raby.
Yeah, trying to make him most of her moment right there, and it was an open look. Just didn't get it to go.
Raby left side. Drive there from Sheets as she's fouled from behind, and now Sheets has a chance to break her scoreless drought. That's what Sheets need to keep being aggressive. She's not a big-time scorer, more of a playmaker. In fact, she's second in the Crossroads League right now in total assists, so she loves passing it to her teammates, but her being aggressive, trying to score, is also very important.
Yeah, her volume of shots has gone down slightly as of late. But yeah, she's more of a secondary scorer. She's coming off a game with 11 points and, more importantly, 10 assists. So you talk about her being a playmaker. She is so good at setting up her teammates. And like we just saw in that possession, she is good at getting to the rim despite her size. She's a fearless player. We talked about her in length on other broadcasts. A great player and a great player to run the ship and run the offense for this Forster squad.
She's got her first 2 points of the night to go along with just 1 assist so far. Huntington within 15 again, so right where we started this second quarter. Another freshman in the game for this Cougars team. It's Addison Bozeman from Monticello, Indiana. Schwederman blocked by Raby, who keeps it in. Nice hustle play by Liv.
See if the Foresters can cut the lead down to 13 or 12. They got a chance right here.
These are the possessions that can give you some sort of life heading into the break, Brady. If Huntington can throw a little punch. Nelson trying to swing with her right hand, can't get it to go. She's off the mark. Gizzy now out with some pace, will pull up in the mid-range and knock it in. That's a page out of Max Gizzy's book, the little mid-range game.
Yeah, it's not the shot you always see out in transition, but Gizzy, she got to her spot and made the most of it, nothing but net.
Now she's got a steal and a chance to score right at the buzzer. She puts it in, and Coach Darby Maggard will head over with her team down 19. We've got Coach Darby Maggard. Coach, obviously a couple too many turnovers there in that first half. How do you get it going offensively in the next 20 minutes?
Well, Preston, you know what? And I hate to say this, but it is the absolute truth. St. Francis is out-toughing us. They're out-toughing us, dude.
Right.
And to be quite honest with you, if we don't get tougher, it's going to keep looking like this.
Gotcha. So what changes for you guys? I know the toughness is not something that you can necessarily instill as a coach, but what maybe some X's and O's needs to change heading into the third quarter?
Well, I would love for us to do the things that we worked on in practice. I would say there's not a whole lot of the scouting report of what we told them that's actually going into this game, and so it's definitely showing.
All right,
so,
thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Coach Darby Maggard joining us before she heads into the locker room. Obviously frustrated for good reason. Her team down 19. They're in the fight for a 4 spot right now in the conference, and every game means so much. And she told me last night over the phone when I talked with her, I said, it feels like your back's against the wall. I don't know if I should say that, Coach. And she said, no, you absolutely should say that. Right now, we're not playing great ball. They still have 20 minutes, though. Anything can happen in basketball, Brady, and that's what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, they're going to need to turn it around, and they're going to need to turn it around quick. They got 20 minutes to work with here. Just haven't got anything going offensively. But like I said, we talk about all the time in athletics, the process over the outcome. I feel like they're producing some good looks on offense. If some of those shots fall, if a couple of those threes fall for Annika Nelson, we're looking at a completely new ball game. So I think just keeping up, producing those good looks, feeding Liv Raby, finding those open shooters, and you knock down some of those shots, we're going to have a tight game.
We're going to send it to a short break. We'll be back, recap that first half, tell you some things that Huntington could do a little better with some live stats. But for now, we'll send you to a break. We'll be right back for some more basketball on FDN Sports.
Roar back at the lions. Stood tall in the face of the fires. Made a living out of death defying. But my head is spinning. Thought that I was winning. Sinking more than swimming. Let me get on a minute. Get my head back in it. Cause the hope inside survives and I just can't quit it. Yeah, cause I've had enough. Yeah, now I'm lacing up. Count down another round. Now I gotta move. Get back to the ground. Oh, now it's time to prove.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Hi, my name's Bob Cayley. I'm a real estate broker with RE/MAX Results in Indiana. I love helping people buy and sell real estate. And I have a buyer's guide and a seller's guide to help people with the process. I'm also a longtime supporter of Huntington University baseball. I love supporting them and rooting them on to victory. If you have any questions about buying or selling, you can contact me at 260-519-1724.
To me, Forester Camps is amazing.
To me, Forester's Camps is cool.
To me, Forester Camps is a great experience. I've always had just like a genuine interest for art, and Our art teacher was like passing out flyers and stuff.
And I saw that my other friends were going to do it, so I got interested in as well.
And this is my first college trip, so I didn't really know kind of what it's like to be in college.
College really isn't as scary as I thought it would be. Definitely go. There is a lot of really cool activities and opportunities you can get here.
Try to get yourself involved. Try to talk to other people who are like at the camp as well. Talk to like your hosts and stuff.
I mean, there's no reason not to go. I mean, you get out of school, you could come here.
It's really informative on how college actually is, and that the community here is really great.
We're back in Platt Arena. It's a great first 20 minutes for St. Francis. We'll show you how they got there here with some live stats on the court for the first 20 minutes. See, Brady, they shot better than 50%. Didn't shoot it great from three, but didn't attempt all that many. Only thing they really did wrong is not make their free throws, but only had 4 attempts. On the other side, you can just see the numbers there, Brady, how suffocating this Cougars defense is. It caused Huntington all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, it doesn't take the smartest person to look at this stat sheet and realize what the key has been. It's been the turnovers, and a lot of credit to the defense. St. Francis has been everywhere, but I would say keys to this offense for HU coming out in the second half, I would say stick with the three. You can see right there, they're 1 for 10, but with this St. Francis defense being so good down low, that's going to be the key to win. You have some shooters on this roster. If Nelson can get going, if Akers can get going, those are some ways you can get back in the game and just making quicker decisions with the ball. When those double teams do come down low, and you know that they will, when the ball hits your hands, you got to be looking for that open man either on the perimeter or if someone cutting to the basket. I think those are the 2 ways that HU's going to get back in this game.
So it's been a little bit of a different night here tonight, Brady. On the men's side, it's senior night, but for this women's team, even though the scoreboard's not great news for Forester fans, the really good news is there's 0 seniors on this roster. They're missing their best player with an ACL injury right at the start of the year, and Bailey Kellum. So you're looking forward to the second half, but you're also looking forward to the future of Forester basketball because they have great pieces. It's been a little rocky here recently, but they're bringing every single player back and bringing in some really talented freshmen next year as well.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And I would say coming into this year, there were a lot of question marks about what this supporting cast was going to be able to do with Bailey Kellum out for the whole year, and I would say they definitely surpassed expectation. They were ranked at one point in this year and now receiving votes in the last week of the season. A fantastic year, and you add Bailey Kellum into that lineup next year with an impressive freshman class coming in. I mean, the sky's the limit. Just a lot to look forward to here in Huntington, Indiana.
Take a look around the Crossroads League right now as we got just over a minute and 50 seconds left on the clock. Marion is taking control of the IWU game, so they are looking to keep their arms stretched out from St. Francis. Bethel is drilling Grace 64-37. Bethel's head coach, Scott Paulsgrove, probably coach of the year in the conference because they were on no one's radar. Now they're on everyone's radar. Of course, here in Platt Arena, St. Francis up 37-18. Taylor was down 14-0 to start the game against Spring Arbor. They're now up at halftime 34-33. So a game of runs and maybe something that Huntington won't be able to see right now, but could take from some of those big runs. And then the final game in action is actually tied up right now. Mount Vernon and Goshen 46-46. That is a battle that no one wants to be in, a battle at the bottom of the conference, but the bottom of the Crossroads League is a little different than the bottom of some other leagues around the country. So still some dangerous teams, Brady, everywhere.
Oh yeah, top to bottom, this Crossroads League, you're not going to get any easy wins in this conference. It's really top to bottom quality teams.
Just about set and ready to go, and when we do, we once again want to remind you that you can leave a comment on our YouTube stream. Tell us where you're watching from, whether you're a St. Francis fan, a Huntington fan, or just a basketball fan in general. We do have some people to say hello to, which we will at the next break. We are back underway on FDN Sports. Schwederman looked to maybe be kicked by Nelson, but Renna catches tough. Left-hand shot goes down.
she just looks so confident scoring the ball. She's only averaging 6 points per game on this season. Right now, she's got 7. She's over her average and just looks extremely confident going up against one of the best defenders in the conference.
Sheets, who just started her scoring right before the halftime break. Kicked over, Akers, good positioning inside, but Raby missed it right at the rim.
Had the mismatch right there, just what you wanted to get, just missed the bunny layup, unfortunate.
We'll say hello to the Glenn family watching from Huntington Beach, California. Also, Red Barn Theater Camp, say go HU. And then Peter Strack watching from Naples, Florida, says great commentating. Isabella Shepard's family, Peter and Jessica. Schwederman right now is putting on a show with her footwork in this second half.
She went right back to the same move she did the last time, and it's been working, so why not go back to it? She's in double digits with 11 now.
Quickly, Raby, Shank, good pass to Akers, good ball movement, but off the mark still. Huntington still has only knocked in 1 3-pointer tonight.
Just has not been falling for him the way that you're gonna need it to beat the number 7 team in the country. As a wide open look, rims in and out.
Schwederman, not a knockdown 3-point shooter, right around 24% on the year, but something that she's looking to add. And with her footwork inside, Brady, she gets that going. She's gonna be tough to guard at any moment. Raby, again, another good look. She's missed back-to-back short ones, which we're so used to seeing her put in.
Yeah, usually a pretty reliable scorer right down there, especially when she gets that kind of positioning, and now a whistle blown through the contact and a 3-point opportunity coming up.
That's Mantala, who gets her first 2 points of the night. She's looking to add one more on from Middlebury, Indiana.
Middlebury.
Excuse me, there you go. You know where that's at. That's up your way, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
NLC, baby.
If I could say it correctly, people might know where it is as well. Shot is off the mark. Free throws still the only thing that St. Francis hasn't done really well tonight, but still leading comfortably up 25, their largest lead of the night. Shepard. Sheets will drive, juggle. Akers 3-ball, still nothing falling as the lid stays on the rim for HU.
It's tough to watch because they're getting good looks. I mean, it's hard to argue with the shots that they're taking right there. Akers, a capable 3-point shooter, just haven't been knocking them in.
Wrestle for it on the floor. Akers is taken down, and Schwederman's going to be called for the foul. In that initial tussle, Liv Raby got her 3rd block of the night. And now Akers is going to check out as Kendall Yoakum will step back in.
I talked about 3-point shooting coming out of the half. There's a player right there, Kendall Yoakum, that can definitely light it up and maybe try to provide a spark for this HU offense.
Huntington on the night, their shooting percentage all the way down to 25% and 8.3% from behind the arc. Liv Raby to Sheets will finally get one to go. Just the 2nd made 3 of the night for HU.
Sheets, not the best 3-point shooter out there on the floor, but it's definitely reliable and shows up when her team needs her. A shot right there that isn't necessarily a big shot, but something to build on.
Schwederman, forward eyes, trying to keep that hot hand. This time too strong off back iron, ripped down by the Foresters as they try to cut into this lead. Sheets, back to Addie Shank, who fires it to Izzy Shepard. Shepard drives to her left, goes too strong off glass. Here comes St. Francis, and it's Gizzy who catches and scores with her offhand.
They're just playing faster right now, Preston. They're getting the ball, they're pulling down those rebounds, and they are looking to score right away. Gizzy goes coast to coast.
Gizzy with that bucket up to 8 points. It's a very balanced attack right now for this St. Francis squad. Sheets drives baseline against Gizzy. Good move, but couldn't finish. A couple of short shots missed by HU in this 3rd quarter.
Got by her right there, just missed everything right but the result.
Gregory had another open look, couldn't get it to drop, but another good possession and a wide open shot that just resulted in a miss.
It's crazy, you hold one of the team's best players to under 10 at this point in the game. They held them to under 10 in their previous matchup, but you're still down by more than 20. Just tons of props to this balanced attack by the Cougars here this afternoon.
that one kicked out of play by Gregory. And Huntington will have a fresh shot clock in the front court with 20 on it. Approaching our first media timeout here in the second half. It's a 24-point lead for St. Francis, who's trying to keep pace with the Marion Knights. Yoakum, still nothing from her, as she has struggled a little bit recently from downtown, trying to find that touch again. Schwederman, strong move, and an offensive foul is called. It's a turnover that will give the ball right back to the Foresters.
Yeah, Schwederman right there. You see her slightly lowering that shoulder right there into the chest of Raby. Good job there, being in the right position defensively.
Still 45-21. That's the third foul on Schwederman. It is the second on the guest, and now it's the third on the guest and the fourth on Schwederman, as Sheets is going to head to the free throw line again.
Yeah, Sheets, we talked about her just being fearless going to the rim right there. Has a clear size disadvantage, but doesn't seem to care. She works through some contact. Has a chance at 2 at the free throw strike.
So Sheets, who's had a little bit of a slow night offensively, and that could be said for most of the Foresters, does have her 6-point. HU is actually being led at that mark right now with her and Raby both having 6. Looking for 7. It's short and rebounded. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Huntington has cut it to 23. It's been as many as 26. Gregory looking for that entry pass to Gizzy. She has a slight size advantage against Sheets. Now she dribbles, finds the cutting Stout, and man, Gizzy is so good at getting her defenders behind her and then finding that last open offensive player. She did it again.
Yeah, her court awareness has been off the charts just in a small sample size, about 1.5 games of basketball played, I would say. A great player to run this offense.
And that's going to take us to our media timeout. We're at the under 5. It is 25, the lead for St. Francis. When we come back, Huntington trying to cut into this big lead on FDN Sports.
Hi, my name's Bob Cayley. I'm a real estate broker with RE/MAX Results in Indiana. I love helping people buy and sell real estate. And I have a buyer's guide and a seller's guide to help people with the process. I'm also a longtime supporter of Huntington University baseball. I love supporting them and rooting them on to victory. If you have any questions about buying or selling, you can contact me at 260-519-1724.
Hey, my name is Mark Flickinger. I'm with Jostens. I've been with this company for 25 years. Jostens has been around for 125 years. We champion culture. We create experiences that champion belonging, achievement, and pride. In the 1920s, Otto Josten, a jewelry repairman, tried something new. He started making rings to commemorate local students' most important achievement, high school graduation, and a cultural icon was born. Be sure to visit jostens.com for all your student recognition needs.
Back in Platt Arena, 47-22. Right now, Cougars more than doubling up the Foresters, and really it's not been what would be described as their best night offensively. They have been pretty efficient, but they do have 10 turnovers as well, Brady. They are shooting 54%, so that is pretty good. But man, just the absolute best defensive team I've seen all year long, and it's not really close. We've seen Marion in here, we've seen Iwu in here, who's historically good defensively, but this St. Francis team, there's nothing easy. We say it time and time again.
Yeah, and Coach Maggard sort of touched on it in the halftime break. This team just looked like they're tough. They came in here ready to play. They didn't care about the rankings. They said, we're number 7 in the country. We're going to show you why. And right now, they have jumped on the Foresters and are out to a big lead and continue to stay there.
Blocking foul called on Gizzy, as that is her first of the night. And that is the 4th on St. Francis. So the next one will put them into the bonus. Huntington can't even really get into a set right now.
Man.
It's nearly taken away again. And now Shepard has to clear for some space and try to get this offense going towards the rim. She's blocked by Stout. And Huntington now only has 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, just nothing doing right now. Not able to settle in at all. This on-ball defense has just been absolutely everywhere.
2 seconds to go. Huntington has a wide open Shank who takes a three. It's off the mark. Stout will just let it go out of play. And it's back to the Cougs as they stay ahead by 25.
Still a good amount of game left right here, but the Cougars have just stayed in control and keep on extending this lead. And it's that complementary basketball defense turning into offense that has been a key to their success tonight.
Stout gets into the painted area, finds a wide open shooter in the corner, Gregory. That came off the pass from Fordyce. Somehow Callie got her own miss. Gizzy back to the basket, spins back to her right for another two.
It's crafty right there. Not the tallest player out there, especially down low, but uses that spin move. That's the second time we've seen her do that tonight, and it's worked both times.
27-point lead, the largest of the night. Yoakum still nothing following from deep as Sheets did not keep it in bounds. And it's kind of what Coach Maggard said, you know, if the energy and the effort and the toughness doesn't pick up, it's going to look a lot like it did in the first half. And right now that's the case for HU, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're not really the ones to question the toughness of these players. Maggard said it herself, and as an athlete, that's probably one of the worst things that your head coach can say to you if you're not playing tough. Definitely mentioned that at the halftime break, and she might mention it again after the game.
Right back inside. Mantilla, strong move, couldn't get it to go against a smaller Hartsoe. Huntington pushes it ahead. Shepard caught and was bumped. They're gonna say. Take a look here, see if there was much contact. I don't know if there was any contact.
I didn't see much, and we didn't get a great angle right there, but yeah, regardless, gonna be Shepard at the free throw line.
Shepard struggling tonight from the field. First free throw attempt off the mark. Here's another look at it, our excellent crew. I don't know if there was a whole lot there, but the Foresters will take any free throws they can get right now. Unfortunately, Shepard's off the mark with both. That was the third foul on Fordyce.
So regardless of the contact, the Cougars fans are going to be screaming, "Ball don't lie" on that one.
Outside, Stout, little crossover, driving to the lane. Gizzy trying to find that first triple and rattles it in.
Gizzy has come alive here as of late. Talked about she's coming off a game where she had 0 points, but she's back to normal here this afternoon. She's got 13.
No space for Huntington to get towards the rim. 22 points. They're on their way to a season low in points right now if they can't find a way to open up the basket, and Yoakum still can't find one from deep.
It's really just been top to bottom for HU. It's no one's night right now as another three falls for the Cougars. That's Fordyce. She is an elite three-point shooter.
55-22, Fordyce and Gizzy back-to-back triples. They both have 13 right now. Shepard resets, still nothing for HU. Offensive rebound, Yoakum finds the cutting Izzy out to an open Hartsoe, again off the mark. Huntington has that miss ran down on the backside by Fordyce. And Coach Jeremy Henney wants a timeout. He wants to sub, and he's going to force us into our, what we would like to call in the back, floating media timeout. It'll be the last one here in the third quarter. Just one more left in the fourth. Right now, it's all St. Francis on FDN Sports.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
55-22. Huntington has 7 made field goals with 87 seconds left in the third quarter. They scored 50 points against St. Francis last time around. Right now, it would be good if they got there because there is just nothing happening offensively, and it's all credit to this St. Francis staff and their roster. You see the live stats there. It's just been a struggle, and you can see on the face of Coach Maggard, she's feeling it on the bench, but still basketball left to do some positive things. Obviously, probably not going to win this one, Brady, but still have big games coming up. Travel
There you
is
go, right
called
there. Yeah.
by Ashley Cox.
Yeah, as you just talked about, probably not a game that's going to end up in the win column for HU. But at this stage of the season, with the conference tournament coming up, there is no moment that is invaluable. Try to take as much as you can from every moment and every game, every minute.
Yoakum.
See how it pans out.
Still nothing. It's surprising to see her miss this many open looks. 36.3% three-point shooter on the year, as this three is up and in, and now everything's falling. This is Deanna Craig, who has barely played here in the last few games. Everything going St. Francis's way. They've got all 5 of their players in right now, people that are not typically in the rotation, Brady.
Yeah, just saw it. Coach Henny cleared the bench after that last time out, and it might remain that way as another turnover by Sheets, and they're going to have a chance at a transition bucket.
Craig can't run it down, so it's a turnover, 58-22. Huntington trying to find some offensive rhythm here over the last 10 minutes, plus a little bit of change here in this third quarter. Sheets off to Hartsoe. Shepard, flare screen. Peyton takes a 3. That's off again. It's rebounded, pushed ahead. Still time to move as St. Francis spins, puts it up, and can't get it to drop at the buzzer. Addison Bozeman, Monticello freshman, was looking for her first 2 of the night. It is a tall hill to climb for the Foresters. Not as big with the Bozeman shot being off the mark, but still a big lead for St. Francis when we come back on FTN Sports. (58-22). It's been all Cougars. They have flexed their muscles both on the offensive end, but especially defensively. Huntington now 2 of 20 from three-point range. And in that huddle right now, Coach Maggard just trying to find some life. They've got Marion up next, who's actually above this St. Francis team, but this same exact Huntington roster beat Marion earlier in the year. So if they can find a way to get that one and have some good things happen in the conference, 4th is still there, but it is sneaking away from HU at the moment.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, and it does not get any easier. As you just said, going to go and have to travel to number 4 Marion, which is going to be a tall task. Getting that number 4 seed, I'm sure, is largely important to Darby Maggard and this Forester squad. So probably not going to get the win today, maybe just trying to pick up some positives, as that shot's going to go in from Tegan Akers. But yeah, trying to find some positives to take into that game against Marion. That's going to be very important for the conference seeding.
Akers knocks in what is her first 3 of the night. She's got 5 points, and now she has a steal as she works against Craig. Tegan, strong move, and it's going to be a blocking foul, so she'll have a chance for a little 4-0, 5-0 run at the stripe.
So how about that, HU with a 3 and a chance to score 2 more. Feels like it's been a while since we said that.
Coaching staff for the Foresters look on as Akers eyes and flies and knocks it in. There's a little bit of a positive there from Akers. She's not necessarily a big scorer. As a junior out of Hamilton Southeastern, she's really found her role this season and has started to play quite well here over the last couple of minutes. As she is now, I believe, Brady, leading the team in scoring with those 7 points.
Yeah, you'd be right.
Bounce pass inside and one. Opportunity from Harshman, who's come off the bench. She's over her season average now with that bucket.
Just seems like everyone who enters the game and with the black jerseys on, it just has it going on right now. They're able to score at will, top to bottom. The Cougars just got it going on.
Brady, I got to give a big shout out to former color commentator of mine, Ross Gosnell. He is actually doing an internship right now with the SID, Joanne Green, and he is sending game previews to me every single game for men's and women's. It's got a lot of great information. I told him I'd give him a little love tonight. Of course, we had some fun times with Ross on the mic, and he's in an excellent role for himself now and in a good spot, giving us some great information, Brady.
Yeah, I've read some of those press releases that Ross does, and they're very well detailed. As you just said, he definitely works hard on those, so we appreciate everything that he does for this broadcast.
Nelson steps back, and yeah, she got moving a little too quick there as Huntington is either approaching or right at 20 turnovers now on the game. They had 12 at the half, and it's another travel against the Foresters here.
You never want to see this when you're losing, but I feel like at this point in the game, Darby Maggard with 1 game left in the regular season, conference tournament coming up, might be just time to clear the bench, get the starters out of there. I know you still have 8 minutes, 30 seconds left, but I feel like we're reaching that point in the game.
Royce missed that one on the left side. Huntington will run with some pace. Sheets in transition, banked it in. I'm not sure that is what she was going for, but the result's the same.
Now, I'm sure she'd call it bank right there on the pull-up jumper.
Like Tim Duncan back in the
yeah.
day. Three-pointer, step back, off the mark. That time it was Ashley Cox looking for her first points of the night. Sheets quick into Shank with that early post. Addie goes back to her strong right, just couldn't get it to spin over the rim. And again, St. Francis back the other way. A quick drive and a floater is off the mark. Offensive rebound inside. Harshman is starting to get it going, and you look up, Brady, she's now got, 6 points on the night, 5 points on the night? She's approaching a new season high if she has one more bucket.
And she made that last bucket almost standing directly underneath the hoop. I don't know how she got that one to go in, but yeah, she has been getting it done scoring more than she has the whole season. She's made the most of her opportunity.
Nice catch from Raby inside, but then it was stripped away by Cox. And now she uses a little crossover pass to Craig, who's got 2 more.
It is just up and down, up and down. St. Francis has it going on both sides of the ball, and you can clearly see that reflected on the scoreboard.
65-29. Raby and Sheets. Huntington doesn't have all that long of a bench because of injuries, Brady, so they kind of have to keep playing some of their starters as Akers, too strong, and again, rebounded by Royce. Fort Wayne native playing close to home. Of course, she does play in her hometown. What a pretty move and score there by Bozeman, the freshman, showing some of her skill.
Yeah, made a couple people miss right there. Had Shank up in the air, and just the simplest move in basketball, the crossover, then gets nothing but net in the layup.
Akers, Sheets looking for a 3, strong, and again, pulled down by Royce, who we've called her name quite a bit, up to 3 rebounds now.
The stat line at the end of this game is going to be very interesting to look at. We saw it at halftime, but the amount of shots taken to the amount of field goals made for HU is going to be very interesting and uncharacteristic of this squad, who we saw beat the number 4 team in the country in this very gym. So they definitely are capable of getting it done, just an off night for them.
Allison Shue back in. It was Royce who takes a seat. Now St. Francis skips it back out top for Bozeman. Bozeman had it knocked away by Yoakum. She gets it right back. This time tries a triple, and the freshman showing maybe what the future looks like for St. Francis as well. They don't have a ton of seniors, and maybe a freshman who's going to be a part of things coming up.
These freshmen out here, they look comfortable in their positions. Getting an opportunity here in a blowout game, and a lot of them producing pretty well.
Shepard swings it. Yoakum cannot get one to just go straight through, but the rattle and the roll does connect for her first three. That was one I did not think was going to go down, Brady.
Yeah, that's about what it's taken for a shot to fall for HU. Rims in and out, or at least in that case, and have Bowman back-to-back threes.
Yeah, with Bozeman going crazy right now, averaging 1.6 points per game. Her season high is 4 points. All of a sudden, you look up, she's got 8 for a new career high as Sheets responds. Next stoppage will take us to our last media timeout of the night as St. Francis has it knocked away, and there is our last media timeout of the night. It's the under 5. It is a 39-point lead, St. Francis lead on FDN Sports with less than 5 minutes to go when we come back.
Hey, my name is Mark Flickinger. I'm with Jostens. I've been with this company for 25 years. Jostens has been around for 125 years. We champion culture. We create experiences that champion belonging, achievement, and pride. In the 1920s, Otto Josten, a jewelry repairman, tried something new. He started making rings to commemorate local students' most important achievement, high school graduation, and a cultural icon was born. Be sure to visit jostens.com for all your student recognition needs.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
73-34. It is going to be St. Francis's basketball here with 4:48 left. They are going to win another one and keep pace at least with Marion, who looks like they're going to win on the road tonight. And another chance for Bozeman to add on, as she maybe thought that Merritt got a good block on it, but Bozeman will take some more chances at the charity stripe. Already a career night for her, career high 8 points and a chance to have her first scoring in double-digit game, Brady. So impressive here from the freshman.
Yeah, everything going right for St. Francis. I'm sure Jeremy Henney is going to be enjoying the drive back home to Fort Wayne, as the starters did great, the bench did great, and even the end of the bench of players that don't exactly play too much, like Bozeman and Craig, they're getting it done as well. So top to bottom, just tons of positives. Maybe you want to limit the turnovers and the free throws. Those would be the only two things that St. Francis has really struggled with this afternoon. But regardless of that, a dominant win looks like it's going to be.
Shepard missed that one short. Hartsoe had the rebound, but could not make the layup, as it's 4:22 left now in the game. Inside spin, fall off the mark there by Shu, and then a foul called inside on Harshman. Will give possession back to Huntington. That's the third on the Cougar forward here tonight.
So it's a shame to say for HU at this point in the game, but I would say right now goal is don't get beat by 40. I would say something about that 40 mark just feels a bit bigger than it is. So if you can get to within 30, try to have just a bit of a mini run here. I think that'll be a positive going into the locker room to end this game.
Hartsoe, Merritt top of the key. Back out to Izzy Shepard, who will put it on the floor this time, trying to cut through, carves in, misses the layup, and it's rebounded and pushed out by Bozeman. Craig thought about the three, will drive into the lane, hand it off to Royce. Another three on the way, that time short. Bozeman with a heat check there.
Yeah, she's had it going as Merritt has it going in and out of her hands.
Good ball movement. Shepard open again. Cannot get one to go, can the Foresters, as Shepard comes up empty. Craig to Royce, to resets, and is blocked by Nelson. Approaching the 3-minute mark, and now a foul comes in. And Huntington will have the ball again, as that is the first foul on Shu. I do encourage you guys to stick around, though, if you're basketball fans. We've got the men's game up next. Huntington will honor 7 seniors, 6 on the roster. One of them is Will Rickard, the assistant coach in his senior year, planning on coming back for the GA position. We'll tell you more about that one, but that has massive implications because right now the men's team for Huntington is in the driver's seat. About as good of a position you can be in to host national tournament games, so that'll be a fun one to watch. And St. Francis, even though on the men's side they're not having a great year, they can really score the basketball, Brady.
Yeah, and then last time those two teams met, it went into overtime. HU was able to get the job done on the road in Fort Wayne, but it just seems like every single time those two teams match up, it ends up being a scrappy game. There's some back and forth, so I'm definitely looking forward to that game. Hopefully it's a little closer either way to this game.
Yoakum off the mark. Merritt fought for a rebound inside, and it's picked up by Harshman, who has her 5th of the night. Last bucket down on this end came again from Ashley Cox. So a couple of freshmen now show them what they're made of. Bozeman. Shu, and now Craig drives to her left, floats it off glass and gets it to go with the contact. And Craig has a chance now for a 3-point play.
Bozeman and Craig have both been very impressive. Craig that time gets her bucket to go. She just looks like she has a certain level of explosiveness coming off the bench, which has been very impressive to see as she is able to complete the 3-point play.
She's got 8 points now. Her season high is 9, so she's approaching what would be a new best here on the year. 3rd foul on Merritt, by the way. 2 minutes left as Hartsoe pops out, gets the pass from Lauren. Peyton steps back, takes a 3, and reins it in.
Talk about Peyton Hartsoe a little bit in the first half, but mainly used as a defensive hustle player, but can occasionally get it going from 3 and can get it scoring right there. Not that time, nothing but net.
Blocked again there inside, and it will stick with St. Francis. Good replay there by our crew, who's been good. These are tough games to be on the mic for and in the back for when there's a scoreboard like this, but our crew has still done a phenomenal professional job keeping the action, the focus tonight. Shepard again short on the 3, and now St. Francis out and running. It's Bozeman, who had that double-digit game already. Now she's got 12, keeps adding on to that career high.
Yeah, she's played maybe 10 minutes in this game, but she's definitely made those minutes count, at least on the scoreboard.
3-pointer is good. Finally from Kendall Yoakum, gets her first 3 of the night. Her second of the night. She's up to 6 points. Huntington, who struggled so badly from deep, has knocked in back-to-back triples. Not going to be enough, though, as it's a 42-point lead, 80-42. 3 on its way is in, and Harshman now, her first 3-point attempt of the year is good, and everything just right on track for St. Francis tonight.
Top to bottom, everyone has it going on as a 4-point play opportunity is going to be awarded to the Foresters, and a Cougar is down.
It looks like Shu, I think she may have stepped on the foot of Kendall Yoakum, the shooter. Could have maybe came from the screen as well. Maybe one of those situations where you knock knees with the screener. I'll show you a replay here in just a second. Here's a look at that. Couldn't quite tell, but I think maybe Yoakum came down on her or she stepped on Yoakum. Either way, looks to be okay as she will stay in there. Cox back inside, going to work. Harshman kicked out, 3 on the way from Ashley Cox. Rattles in and out. Now Huntington could take the last shot here as it's all St. Francis. Yoakum looking for another, and now she's got 3 threes here at the end of this game. Huntington could not get the lid off. They do a little bit here, but at the end of the day, it is a dominant showing from St. Francis. We will not be having a post-game interview or really a recap of this one. So we got to kick it to senior night. But we do thank you for joining as St. Francis wins another one. They keep pace with Marion, and they'll see if they can stay on top of the Crossroads League next time out. 85-47, sending it to a break. We'll be back for senior night festivities here in Platte Arena and some more basketball on FDN Sports.